This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
This is Beaverville. Come on in.
It's Bob here. I got a question.
I woke up yesterday morning with a spring in my step.
Start later, please.
I could never know what the day was.
Fast forward ahead.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang.
Yes.
Boy, that is good news.
It is the 29th day of May, 2025. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show. My name is Chris Hockey. How are you? Here we are. It is a lovely Thursday. Best day of the week. Tommy, Ben, cast of thousands. Let's see what happens, huh? Wolves lost. I mean, it wasn't even close. They got their asses whooped by a bunch of GD nerds. But at least basketball season's over for us, so you know what? And there's always next year. Football season's looking good, though, right? Let's get her started, huh? Here we go. The Power Trip Morning Show on Thursday. Here's some comedy from Chris Hardwick, our good old buddy Chris Hardwick. Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan. Come on in. I'm glad you're here.
10 years ago, I was in the original production of a show called Rock of Ages. And Rock of Ages was basically just $1 million karaoke. It was a bunch of 80s glam metal songs that sort of centered around the Sunset Strip when it was basically just snow blown with coke and a lot of people were wearing a lot of tight clothes. And I played this character called Stacy Jacks. And I was at Comic-Con a few years ago, a place I frequent. And I was on a panel with Tom Cruise was on this panel, and we hadn't met before the show. And I go, ladies and gentlemen, one guy you might want to see, Tom Cruise. I go to say my first thing, like, what? And Tom Cruise goes, hey, Chris, you and I have something in common. And I go, I'm pretty sure that's not true, Tom Cruise. I don't know what that thing would be that you and I would have in common. And he goes, Rock of Ages. And I'm like, oh, my God, Tom Cruise played the same character in the movie that I played because they went with a name. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Tom Cruise just goes, I want to know what love is. And he looks at me. And then 7,000 nerds slowly turn and look at me. You know, I'm not afraid of an 80s jam. I can't back down, so I go, I want you to show me. And then Tom Cruise goes, I want to feel what love is. And I go, and I know you. Are we going to make love, Tom Cruise? What's happening right now? Are we going to make love? Did I die? I died on the way to Comic-Con, and Tom Cruise works for heaven.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
The finish line is waiting. Fate is on your side. You hear the distant thunder.
No.
There's lightning in your stride. For the warriors. Never giving up the lead. To take it to the top.
Welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show, Thursday, May 29th of 2025. I'm Corey Cove. That's Chris Hockey. That's Meat Sauce Paul Lambert. It's over for our Minnesota Timberwolves.
Over.
It's over. Rosie. You guys ever use Grok on Twitter?
No, I never have.
With chips.
So there's a little button.
Way better answer.
There's a little Grok symbol. Top right corner of most tweets. You've yet to try this?
I've never
I didn't
tried
know
it.
what you're talking about.
No.
So Grok is Twitter's AI, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's AI.
So 8 hours ago, Sauce, you tweeted a GIF of Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec. Right?
Yeah.
And then you said, Ant has 25 points in 6 quarters. What a superstar.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Then I tapped the Grok button.
Okay.
Here's what Grok says
You're obsessed
about
with
your tweet.
Yeah.
The X post by Paul Lambert, known as Meat Sauce, features a meme from the TV show Parks and Recreation showing Ron Swanson with a spatula and a drink captioned, "A swing and a miss. This meme is often used to humorously depict a failed attempt or a missed opportunity, suggesting that Lambert is commenting on a sports performance or event that didn't meet expectations. So far, pretty good analysis.
So good.
And I read.
Okay.
The accompanying text, Ant has 25 points in 6 quarters. What a superstar. Refers to Anthony Edwards, a professional basketball player for the Minnesota Timberwolves known as Ant. These 6 quarters likely alludes to a game or series of games where Edwards scored 25 points over an extended period, which Lambert sarcastically labels as superstar, implying it was underwhelming compared to expectations. Here's my favorite part. The context of this post is set against the backdrop of sports commentary, where Lambert, a radio personality, is known for his critical or humorous takes on local sports teams, particularly the Timberwolves. This post reflects a pattern of Lambert's engagement with fans and critics on social media, often sparking discussions about player performance and team dynamics.
Wow.
Grok knows everything.
Yeah. Grok's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's terrifying.
It nailed essentially every angle of why you tweeted exactly what you tweeted.
That's terrifying. And it's right. Yeah. It's over now.
So, in the first couple of minutes when Jaden McDaniels was wide open and bricking threes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It was like when you guys played basketball with PA.
Yeah, it sucks. But I'll live with that, right? Jaden obviously is trying to make the basket. He just missed it, and he missed a lot of them, right? It sucks.
But
here's the bud. Julius Randle can F off, man.
It's over.
Holy bleep. When Naz Reid got the ball stolen and Julius Randle just puts his hands on his knees and dips his head and doesn't take one step back to run back on defense, I go, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I didn't, but I was like, if they don't give an F, why should I?
Yeah.
They didn't care.
No.
I don't care about missing shots. That doesn't mean you don't care. That just means you miss shots.
No.
Julius Randle mailed it the F in the first half. He didn't give 2 Fs.
Nope.
Man, what a roller coaster for Randle. Gets off to a great start, and everybody's like, hey, forget Cat, we got Randle. Then about 2 weeks later, it's like, how the hell do we trade him before the deadline? How do we get him out of here?
How do we trade him today?
Right. How do we get him out of here? Then he gets hurt. And we're like, son of a bitch. Now we can't trade him. Then he gets back after the injury. And the rest of the regular season, he's awesome. And in the playoffs, he's spectacular, keeping us in games. Even games we lose.
Brian Windhorst on ESPN called him Mini LeBron.
Because he was just a beast. And then last night, about 2 minutes in, you could tell Julius Randle said, we can't do this, so I'm not going to try. Yeah. I don't care about his box score. If you look at it, you're like, hey, he had 24 points. 24 points.
No.
Oh, God.
The hot rumor is he got yelled at by the coach.
He should have. Cy Amundsen and I were texting each other.
Yeah.
That dude should have been benched.
Yeah.
Literally benched the rest of the game. That's a closeout game, and you don't care. Bench him. You're done. I don't care if he's one of your 2 or 3 best players.
No, it's okay.
Oh, my God, that pissed me off. I don't care that we lost. Remember yesterday we were like, just put up a fight. And then he comes out with that effort.
No.
Oh, my God.
They'll trade him. He'll pick up the option and they'll move him.
Who tweeted it last night, Sauce? You might have either retweeted it or commented on it, but somebody, maybe it was Krasinski, somebody was like, Julius Randle basically just sacrificed all of the goodwill he had gained.
Oh, dude, I saw that. It was Rupert Everett.
Rupert Everett.
It must be Rupert Everett's birthday.
Yeah. It was, I think it was Johnny Athletic.
Yeah. He's so right.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know
Hi,
what?
Tio.
You're right, so that's what I meant.
Good morning, man.
Good morning. Happy football season.
Yeah, it's officially started. Actually, I believe it officially started after the first 12 minutes of last night's game. Football season started.
Yeah. It was
fun?
No, the season was fun. It's just a horrible ending that we've all seen. You
I
didn't
didn't even know if the season was fun.
Kind of frustrating season.
The season was fun. The playoffs were fun.
Yeah.
Right, because we mostly sucked until the last month and a half of the regular season. And even the quotes from Ant today, Ant flat out said in an interview that him and Chris Finch had a sit down about halfway through the season, and Finch was like, where are we going here? And they both kind of said, let's get to the playoffs. Let's see if we can get out of round 1. Let's see what happens. And both of them were like, yeah, this thing's falling apart. Let's just see if we can get our feet set. And they did. They got to the Western Conference Finals. And that's why Ant, I think, feels better than most people feel. He's like, I'm good. I'm not hurt. I think he knows he got his money in good. He just came up short.
Yeah.
They overachieved this year.
Yeah.
But God dang it, the effort pissed me off last night.
Yeah.
So bad.
And you see bad effort every day.
Every day.
Every day.
If you want to know the definition of meat saucing it, it's watching Naz Reid chase a ball that just got stolen from him and watching a man have both hands on his knees going, what am I doing? That is meat saucing it. Julius freaking
it's
Randle.
over. They will, what's great about this, though, and what's great about the GM that they have in Tim Conley is he will make a substantial trade this offseason.
But now you got a couple of guys that have put him in really tough spots.
Yeah.
How can you pay Nickeil Alexander-Walker?
You can't.
How can you pay Naz Reid?
You can't.
How can you keep Julius Randle?
You can't.
How can you keep Rudy Gobert? Like, we might blow this thing up.
Good. Let's do it.
Yeah.
What?
You got to keep Jaden. You got to keep Ant.
Got to keep him wrong.
Other than those two, though, that's it.
You got to keep Jaden because of Ant.
Well, but also,
and he's fine. And he's good.
He's super good. He just sucked last night.
Yeah, he sucked last night. But you got to keep Jaden.
2 of 13.
Yeah, awful. But the beauty, and I said this after they lost game 1. The difference between the past and the Wolves is when it was like, all right, they're just going to run the same team back. They're going to add whoever KG wants, and we'll get into the playoffs because KG is talented enough. They're not going to do that anymore. They have one of the best GMs in sports and maybe the best GM this town's ever seen.
You're talking about Mel B?
I'm talking about Mel B.
Happy birthday, Mel B.
Yeah.
Mel B.
Is it the Spice?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah, they'll do something great, and I bet it will come either on draft night or before the draft.
Do you think they
because of
do
that
something
pick.
non-player related?
No, this ain't Finch's fault. No.
Says who?
I think Finch is the best coach they've ever had.
Well, you've multiple times tweeted fire Finch.
That was years ago, and I've moved on from that.
I'm just saying.
I think you're saying.
What? I mean, the offense didn't look great.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I just don't
Instead
think
of looking
they
at the
will.
players, what if you look at him? Sure, they made it, but like you could argue that's just Ant that made it.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Look, though, Tommy, you know this better than anybody because you were there on Tuesday. When it comes to Minnesota sports, you got to promise yourself to never believe.
That was great. But like, who wants to go to battle with a guy like that?
Yeah, you said that. That was great.
Yeah. That was tough. That was a tough one. God, you guys killed us.
No. Oh, man. Another season wasted.
Wasted.
Yeah, another season wasted.
Really?
I think you blew up the whole thing.
Wow, you guys.
You got Ant, though.
You got Ant.
Right,
He's 23.
No, get rid of him.
Other than Jaden and Ant, everyone else
Is at least available.
Yeah. What would it take for you guys to trade Ant? Honest question. Shea?
Yeah.
Wemby?
Wemby for sure.
Yeah,
What
Wemby
about,
for sure.
Riley Keough.
Happy birthday, Riley Keough.
Happy birthday to Elvis's granddaughter.
That's about it, though.
Wemby for sure. Who
Wemby.
else? Yeah, he'll pay you on Tuesday.
I know. He'll see you on Tuesday.
Luka?
Nope. I'd rather have Ant.
Same.
Durant 10 years ago.
Well, of course.
Yeah. LeBron 10 years
Of
ago.
course.
Michael 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Sure.
Abraham
Scott
Lincoln.
Howard in 1985.
No, it's a
Not
short
a lot.
list.
It's
a
not
short
a lot.
list, yeah.
But
I think you get maybe a new coach.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that.
I'm shocked, T.O. You're not a fire the coach kind of guy.
Not at all. I was sitting with 3 diehard Wolves last night, Wolf fans. I'm talking diehard.
And they all want him gone?
Well, I just knee-jerk reaction.
Oh, okay.
No, it's code Merck and Frost. So they said, Tom, go on there, fire a bullet, and say fire the coach. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's me, baby. That is me.
Now you're getting fed talking points.
His name is Code Merkenfrost?
Code? No, those are my high school guys.
That's the subtitle of the new Mission Impossible movie.
brilliant.
Oh, anyway,
Mission Impossible,
have you seen
Code
it?
Merkenfrost. What?
Have you seen it yet?
No.
No, Hogs?
Have you?
No.
Yeah. No,
I think I'm going to see Lilo and Stitch with the kiddos tonight.
Oh,
That'll be great.
Heard it's good.
Take Code Merkenfrost.
Yeah.
No,
like
I'll
your
take
guy.
them when I go see Mission Impossible.
So I don't want Finch fired. They do. I don't know. I thought it was fun.
You're just serving it up piping hot.
Yeah, right.
How do you guys feel about Ant not being devastated? Because the national media is concerned that he's not devastated. Have you seen that? And Twitter is upset that he's not devastated because he's like, I'm good.
Can I ask?
Like, we worked our butts off. I'm good. He said, quote, I'm good.
Can I text Code Merkenfraud?
Sure.
Yeah.
See what they think?
Yeah.
You guys have a problem with him not saying, like, I'm devastated, this is, like how you're supposed to be depressed and sad. He's like, yeah, whatever. Western Conference Finals, it was fun. We'll be back.
I don't know.
I'm totally fine with it.
I don't think so.
If it was Julius Randle after last night said, like, I'm good, then I'd be like, you didn't even try.
Yeah. He meat sauced it.
He meat sauced it.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that pissed me off. Man, we've been there 3 times in 36 years, and that's the effort you're going to put out.
Right.
Go down swinging, man.
Yeah, and they did
Sugar,
not.
we're going down swinging.
And they did not.
They did not.
They
like, what are the odds they make it back
ball out
again? Because 2 in a row is absurd.
Yeah.
Again, you got Ant. It's always possible.
Yeah. But if we look at the
Depends on who you
start
put
of the
around
season,
him.
if we were at the start of the season, October of last year, and we looked at each other like, we make it to the Western Conference Finals, that'll be pretty good. And we lose to the MVP. That's pretty good.
But I would have thought it was possible.
Yeah, same. I thought
and
they
then
could
they
win the
played
series.
so poorly most of the year that most of us stopped believing, and then they caught fire at the right time. The last month and a half of the regular season, they were spectacular.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
It's sad.
Sports.
It just sucks it's done.
Yeah. But it's football season.
Football season.
And
by the way, Ghosts.
Here we go.
I'm in.
Buckle up.
Buckle up on the Ghosts.
Oh, this one's a serious one.
Oh, this one's the serious one.
This is the year of serious T talking Gopher football. Serious.
Tommy, how old are you?
11-2.
11-2. How old are you?
I'll bet that.
How old are you?
I'm 32 years old,
So you've been around this planet and this community for 32 years.
Sure.
Haven't you learned in your 32 years on this planet to promise yourself to never believe?
Yeah, well said.
Ben Lieber will be here later. Tommy Olsen's here. It's Thursday. It's freaking Thursday, man. I hope Parker's going to be here later because my guess is he's not real happy about that effort either. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
The Fan.
Hey, is this one of yours? Power Trip Morning Show. How are we? 5:51. Here we are, guys. I know. They're so upset.
It's over, though.
You're so upset. You're so upset.
Time to move on.
I got so many questions about the ear thing, the Starkey bit that you did.
Oh, yeah. How'd it go?
Oh, yeah.
Went very well. I went over, it was me and Burb and a couple of folks here from the sales staff, and we had a great time. And they,
Are you deaf? Did you learn that you're deaf?
I have surprisingly great hearing.
No kidding.
Really?
It's unbelievable.
How much wax do they get out of there?
Not as much.
Oh, see,
not as much.
I'm worried that's what my problem is because Zach is convinced because I've never had my ears professionally cleaned, right? Like I didn't even know that was really a thing that
Zach
people
has
did.
an opinion on your ears?
Yes, on wax cleaning.
Really?
Zach's basically been telling us for months now, like, yeah, get your
Do you think it
get your
tastes
ears
funny
cleaned.
in there or something? Or what?
I don't know. He hasn't commented on my specific flavor.
Oh, okay,
Yucky.
got it. Okay. I'll tell you. So
Are they extracted?
I'll show you. You want to see a video of it?
Do I? I don't know. Sure.
I don't know. I'm gonna tweet it right now because
Oh,
I've
okay.
been thinking about whether or not I should. So yeah, we went down to Starkey yesterday and took a tour of their campus, and then they clean. It's free, by the way. They'll clean out your ears and then give you a hearing test. And it's. I mean, I walked right in, sat right down, and let my hair hang out.
Sure.
Hang out down. Anyway, and let me tell you, it's pretty gross inside a human ear.
I believe it.
It is. But the audiologist was great. And then it was so easy, and there were so few people in line to do it. I had Abigail come right down, and she did it too. And that poor little girl had so much ear wax in one ear. I thought he was going to call in the fire department. But the other ear, no big deal. They have a little camera, and he's got a little tool, and they stick it in your ear hole, and you can see all the way down to your eardrum. And just just like my Abigail, I had a bunch of ear infections as a little kid, so there's a lot of scarring on my eardrum in one of my ears. But he said that doesn't affect you too much. and then they scrape it out. And if it's in there really hard, like I don't know if I want to if he wants me to say his name, but one of our sales guys who went down with this had one glob of earwax that he used as a Q-tip all the time. He'd pushed it in there really, and it was stuck in there. So
I'm worried that's my problem.
They had to wet it with some saline solution stuff to get it out of there. But it wasn't that big a deal. It wasn't that big a deal. And I can't tell you, man. Abigail was like, I hear so much better. I was like, I bet you do, because that was a damned mess in there. I would encourage anybody. It's really something to see inside your ear. Then they give you the hearing test, and I can't believe that my hearing's as good as it is.
Really?
Yeah, after all these years of not just the singing and stuff like that, but car racing and wearing these headphones every day. But genetically, I must have pretty good ears. But I thought Barb was going to throw up.
Oh, really?
At the wax?
At looking inside my ear and seeing him claw at that wax. Yeah. Yeah. I just tweeted it. Chris_hockey on the tweet machine. Oh, yeah. It's grody. You got very hairy ears, inside there. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's a self-cleaning mechanism. But it's fascinating.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's pretty
Yeah, it's a little gross.
Yeah, that's the inside of my... Oh, you should have seen... Barb's ear was an absolute atrocity. She had something stuck to her cartilage or something in there. I don't know. But they had to call in specialists, and the fire department was there at one point. And I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's pretty grody. I should put a warning on this, probably. If you don't want to see this.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
I should probably put a warning on it.
No, it's fine. I tell you what, you scroll down a couple when you have like the blue thing in your ear.
Yeah.
Aren't you proud of your jawline? You look good.
Oh, thank you, dude, for saying that. That's very sweet of you.
Yeah.
How cool was it to meet Hedican the other day?
Okay.
Oh, no.
I'm glad you brought it up.
Thank you, Sweet Pea.
You want to talk about a rocket when they're in a bar? Just an absolute 12.
Mm-hmm.
He's sitting there, so like mysterious.
Yeah.
Because it's just...
We're talking about Brett Hedican, by the way.
It's the schmoll, so it's my family, so it's 6 of us, and then we walk in and see Hogs, right?
There
in Bar Harbor.
Just hanging out.
Bar Harbor.
Like, trying to be sweet.
Or not Bar Harbor, whatever, Grandview. And we're sitting there, and then...
It's Grandview, by the way.
He came over and introduced himself. Like, Cess, Cam, and my mom, all 3, like, couldn't stop staring at him. And he was, on top of it, he, like, was the nicest human being I've met in a long time.
It's unbelievable.
And then he's just so humble. He's like, I played 17 years in the NHL, like, yada, yada.
Yeah, he was acting as if it was cool to meet us.
Yeah, he was asking us, like, how we are.
Right.
I was like, I want to give you my panties.
Wow.
Yeah, it was weird that you were wearing panties.
Yeah, why were you wearing panties?
No. Yeah.
No, but he was so nice, wasn't he?
He was so sweet.
Well, I'll tell you, how fun was that?
It was a fun night. It was so much fun. Thank you for being nice, and we had a great time, and it was great that you guys came over, and you missed a really good time the next day too. But man, it was just good. You guys walked in the room, and the room got nicer and lit, and it was so much fun. And
God, it was great. Thank you for saying that.
It just must be fun to be in your family. It must be fun.
Well.
There's still a chance, Chris.
Yeah right.
No,
well, thank you.
not.
No, I love it.
No, there's not.
Aww.
But yeah, thank you for it. Was a good night. It was cool, and and thank you, Grandview. That place just rules.
It really does.
It just rules,
The
man.
best.
It's so nice that you can just tell all the money they've poured into it. It's so nice. I love it. Love
Same.
it there.
Yeah.
A+ spot.
It
A+.
is.
So anyway, so there you go, jumping all over the place. But if you want to see ear get extracted, earwax get extracted, and go ahead. I just tweeted that. And if you want to hang out with somebody cool, that's Brett Hedican. And if you want to party, hang out with the Olsons.
Let's get Brett in here. I'm sure Pear Bear obviously knows him very, very well.
for sure.
I know him really, really well now too. We're buddies. We're brothers.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, he went to... Didn't he go to St. Cloud State?
Yes.
Hedican go to St. Cloud?
He did.
He's a North St. Paul guy, too.
North St. Paul, yeah.
Yeah, we used to roll by his house, apparently.
Yeah, we used to live in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, you told him that 4 times.
Did I?
No, I'm just kidding.
Probably, yeah. But he was shirtless rollerblading by all the time.
Oh, dude, do you know who...
Change your life. That's your origin
starting
story.
to make sense.
But Chrissy Yamaguchi was with him the whole time.
Yeah.
When she won the gold or whatever.
Yeah, she was always right there.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was like, Christine, why don't you just keep going?
Yeah. You know what else is cool? Eddie, your brother.
Oh, God. How hot is he?
He's just a tall drink of water.
But like, you can see like when he walks in a room, he's got something because the old 6'8" factor helps him.
That helps.
Dude, you know what the problem is, though? And Corey, you can relate to this. My penis left my body and went home. Because it was like, well, I'm not doing anything here tonight. I might as well go home and go to bed. Because Eddie walked in.
Well, that's how I've felt the past 32 years, you know?
Second fiddle.
That's not a bad fiddle to be.
Yeah.
And you guys walked in and I became like ninth fiddle.
Oh.
Well, and then Biggie. That's the other thing.
He died.
My dad, as it comes into the older age.
He was with Tupac.
Yep. And Eazy-E.
No, I know. The whole family, the whole Olsen family is just swinging it.
But he just has, and I just know he has a bigger hammer than I do too.
Well, you know.
Man, I don't love that you're talking about your dad's hammer.
No, well, him too, but my brother, I was talking about Schmoll.
Didn't know.
I'm going to guess Small's hammer's bigger than my whole body.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
He's just the cutest, and he says such nice things.
Yeah, he's just kind
He's the best.
And he
yeah.
kisses,
And he's
so
A+.
well.
He's super nice. What?
We're burying the lead.
What's that?
It's Cess's birthday.
It's Cess's birthday.
Yeah, it's your birthday today.
Happy
And we
birthday,
didn't start
Cess.
talking about the ladies in your fam.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy, I hate to steer it that way, but we should mention, I don't know, your wife.
Yeah.
Let me just say.
It's your birthday.
The wives, I mean, my lord. My lord.
Well, they look just as much alike as we do.
And I got nothing for any of them. I mean, let's just be honest. Once they've been with the Olsen family, what are you going to do?
It's over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Thank you, Hogs Daddy. No, it was, they always get questioned if they're like the sisters and Eddie and I are like the two, like, outsiders.
Yeah.
Because they look so much alike. Like,
they sure do.
But no, it was fantastic. So much fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for bringing Cess up. It's her birthday today. Pretty pumped up.
Happy
about it.
birthday.
Happy
She's
birthday,
the cutest.
Cess.
Yeah.
She's the cutest.
Yeah, she's great.
She's cute.
Things are good.
Cute. Things are good. What are you doing for her birthday?
Yeah, I actually took off today and tomorrow, so I'm not working today.
So you're leaving her and going somewhere?
Yeah. You going to Vegas with Dom?
For her birthday, you're leaving her
Well, I usually like go to, like, because that's always kind of a nice thing, you know. Instead of like buying her presents, just let's go on a trip.
Yeah.
I think that's just something easier to do. Doesn't have to be anything big.
Yeah.
But she said, I want to stay at home. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
So honestly, might go try out that new Rosemont Lifetime tomorrow.
Wow.
Big time. Wow.
But no, I know it sounds like nothing, but like,
Look at you.
Wow,
big day.
no, I have a couple of secret things planned that I don't really want to say because I know she'll be listening.
Oh.
But no, it's gonna be good.
Does it involve your digits?
No, I hope we do a little fondling this weekend. That'd be a nice.
Is that right?
That'd be great.
Are you calling in any assistance?
Oh, I might call DoorDash. Sure, if we want to go down that road.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Somebody walked up. Oh, it was Pat, my trumpet player in Dillows came up to me last night. He goes, "So, when's your order coming in?" I didn't know what he was talking about. I had to think about it for a minute. I'm like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah, sure.
Where you coming from? Where you going?"
Yeah. No, but I have done that. That was not a bit yesterday.
I believe it.
100%.
I don't think any of us.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us questioned it.
Okay.
Yeah, no one thinks.
No.
No.
We did not get together the next day to party.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. We
no,
went
you don't have to be
golfing.
sorry. I'm just saying you went golfing. That's what I was going to ask. You went golfing. How'd that go for you?
Fantastic. I actually beat my brother and my dad, so it was like the best day ever. It was so good.
So when you lose, you have to do that?
Wow. Jesus. Wow.
No.
Grease.
No. Usually when I win. So.
Wow, yeah. I won.
No, but like, okay, what else am I know I just, I had something for Cess's birthday. No, not much. Just happy birthday, Cess. I'm happy to be with you.
we love you.
Fantastic. We love you. But no, Hogs Day, thank you for such the nice compliments.
I love
We have
your
a family group chat right now, and it's blowing up saying
I love
thanks.
them.
and
I do. They're all the best. Everybody makes me feel happy. Makes me made me happy to be alive that night. That's
Wow,
cool.
thank you.
It's good. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a good night all the way around.
Not such a great night last night for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They got their ass absolutely handed to them. We'll talk about that during Front Page Sports. Sauce, did we mention, though, who that first segment was brought to you by?
By my wonderful friends at Gutter Helmet and GutterHelmetMN.com. Never clean your gutters again.
Yeah, the Wolves got rocked. They're done. We'll talk about that after this. On the Fan.
struggled to find a rhythm. Everyone's kind of trying to do it all by themselves. We lost our connectivity, but all credit to the Thunder. They certainly deserved this. They played outstanding, and we came up short in a lot of ways.
Well, listen. That was, in Tommy's opinion, our future former head coach.
No, that's Code Roz.
That's Code Merck and Franz.
Yes.
It's who?
Code Merck and Roz. You know Franz.
Oh, yeah. Good dude.
Great dude.
He passed away.
Good. About time. Silos!
Let's do front page sports. It's the end of an era for one of our squads. It's all over.
All right, front page sports.
Time now for front page sports. Presented by Holiday Station Stores.
Yep, thanks to Holiday. I was there yesterday. They do have a wide selection of Red Bull flavors.
Hell
like
yeah,
a
man.
billion different flavors. You can mix and match any flavors you want right now. Buy two, get one free. White peach, summer edition for a limited time. But hey, if that's not your flavor of choice, get whatever you want. Buy two, get one free. Red Bull, limited time. And our friends at Holiday. Thanks, Holiday.
Did you try it yet?
Still have not, no.
Okay, me either. Do you know the Royalton one?
Sure.
So we had to drive by.
Oh.
They are making that a fortress. Like, have you seen it at all?
Where were we going?
We drove by on the way to Grandview.
Oh yeah, it was ripped out, right? It was completely like there was almost nothing there.
So they probably had 8 gas station stalls last time. Now I think they have like 22.
Oh.
It's going to be huge.
Right now.
It's fantastic.
All right, the key number is 9. That's how many points the Wolves scored in the first quarter last night, and 6 of those were Ant. The rest of the team in the first quarter, 3 points, 1 of 15 shooting.
Is that good?
Nope. And I believe it was the Julius Randle 3 to start it, right? That's it.
That was it.
3 points, non-Ant in the first quarter. Ant finishes with 19. SGA had 34. He was named Western Conference Finals MVP. That shocks no one. 124-90 for a 30-point loss in the series clincher for OKC. They move on to the NBA Finals for the first time since 2012. And I did not know this, but they are the second youngest team ever to reach the finals. An average of 25.6 years old. The only team that's ever been younger, the Trailblazers 76-77 championship team.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, Hawk
Young
was
team.
talking about that.
That's a problem.
They were blazing trails.
Do you have, was that like Durant and all those guys in
2012?
12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, they were stacked too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who won it
Should've
that
won.
year? Bron?
Probably. Maybe. I mean, probably LeBron in 2012.
Was that a Miami Bron team?
Probably.
I think it was.
That's close. It's got to be close.
Yeah. LeBron won, yeah.
With the Heat?
4-1.
Heat?
Yep, Heat. Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So that was OKC's 4th win this postseason of 30 points or more. That is the most ever by a team in a single postseason. And they've done it twice in closeout games because they beat the Nuggets by like 97 points.
My God.
When they won in Game 7.
Yep.
So they are the heavy favorites to win the NBA title. Doesn't really matter if Indiana or New York gets there. OKC's going to win, barring a crazy injury.
In 5 or less?
I don't know. I think the Pacers are going to put up more of a fight than we did.
Want some grease?
Yeah, I don't know.
Making bacon?
You don't think the Pacers can win too?
No.
You want to put money on it or no?
That it goes 5 games or less?
Yeah. Want 5 to be the number?
It's got to be 5.5, right?
Yeah, 5.5.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it. $100.
What do I have?
So you have it going at least 6. So the Pacers or the Knicks have to win at least 2 games. Even if they lose the series 4-2, they have to win at least 2 games.
Ooh. No, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm ready to throw money on Gophers Vikes whenever you're ready.
You think the Gophers will go 11-2? I think
you're going to say you're going to think the Gophers are going to win more games than the Vikings.
They play this year?
Okay,
yeah, they play each other.
Okay, hey, you two, calm down. I said I'd take some bets. Like, we get it, but no, I want to take whatever they have. I think it's 6.5, and I would hammer the over. Absolutely hammer it. Wouldn't even be close. And you name your price.
The over/under is 6.5.
That's what I saw.
I'm going to text code Merck and Franz.
They're both dead.
It's just one person, dude.
And I think the Vikes are, 8.5? I think I'm hammering that over, too.
Gopher football schedule. So they host Buffalo.
Win.
Host Northwestern State.
Win.
At California.
Loss.
Okay. Host Rutgers.
Win.
At Ohio State.
Lose by 35.
Host Purdue. Host Nebraska.
Loss.
At Iowa. Host
Loss.
Michigan State. At Oregon.
Loss.
At Northwestern.
Loss.
Host Wisconsin.
Loss at Northwestern. I think
In Wrigley?
1, 2.
Yeah.
That'd be
6.5.
That would be fun to go
man.
to. Wrigley Field and all
That's
that
going to be
whole area
fantastic.
is A+.
What do you think, Cor?
I don't want to bet against the Ghosts.
Damn
I'd rather
it.
see them win them all.
Right?
Yeah, win the whole thing.
When did you start caring?
This could be our year.
That's my squad. I'm a Gopher.
What do I need to bet on for you to come to Manny's before a game? Remember we had
I'll
that
just
on
do
the
it
line?
this year. I'll just come one time. I don't care.
Man, look at what's going on. What happened
This is
over there?
great.
He was up too late. Don't hold him to this. Did
you watch the
it's
whole
a
thing?
hangover.
I did watch the whole thing.
It's a hangover. He's tired. He's got bowel issues.
Sure.
His rim hurts.
Well,
good
bowel
news.
Same
issues?
thing.
Good news.
Yeah.
Fair,
Oh, yeah, I haven't told you
fair's
about that
here.
yet.
I mean, it's state fair time now.
Love the state fair.
Yeah, there's already the
God.
sign up on Barb's
Great.
office.
Oh, God.
It's the best time of the year.
It's May, and we walked down to the offices yesterday after the show, and Barb literally has a state fair sign-up sheet, right, for the part-timers, the
God.
street teamers, the salespeople. And Sauce just goes, "It's May." It's like, well, yeah, but it's only she's planning ahead.
Do you think she's
3
looking
months
for
away?
T-shirt suggestions again?
Sure. I have one, but I don't think it'll sell. But again, as I've said for about the last 7 years, I'm the worst person in the building when it comes to projecting state fair
Except for one of
T-shirts. Except for one. But the rest of them, I'm always wrong. Always,
Sure.
always wrong about state fair T-shirts. I just wish the state fair had started this week because I would have loved a picture of Zach Halverson's face with the quote over the top of his face that simply says, "I promised myself I wouldn't believe." It's one of my favorite
perfect.
quotes in the
I think we
history
should
of
do-
the station.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Only it'd be Zach. Like, where's he on vacation today?
Where's Maxo, by the way? Is he at Fox 9 again this morning, or what's
No,
his deal?
He was up very, very late doing the postgame show, so he's not going to be in
He
today.
passed.
I don't know for sure, but I'm
He's
guessing you're probably
dead?
right. He might probably did.
He might probably did.
He might probably did.
I think I have a bet with you, Tommy.
Already?
Yeah, that the Gophers will win less than, I think it's 1.5 on road games. Might be 2.5.
We did that?
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
Yes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
Are you sure?
Well,
I
Power
think
Trip
so,
Bets
yeah.
is the
Well,
he'll know. He keeps
he's-
track of all that.
He's
No
longer
way. We
with
didn't
us.
bet on that. Already?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not like you to bet on the Gophers way ahead of the Gopher football season.
They play at Iowa, loss. At Oregon, loss. At Ohio State, loss.
Okay, got any more? No, I'm telling you, we will. I think those are the only 3 questionable games.
See?
That's it. Other than that, we're
he's
winning.
got it figured out. Come on now.
Who's the quarterback?
Drake Lindsay, maybe one of the coolest names to ever go through
DL.
Minnesota sports. Think of being named Drake Lindsay, and then
His name is Drank.
Put your hands down, please.
Drake.
Drake Lindsay.
Drake Lindsay.
Put your hands down.
Probably got some NIL money. Got to be pretty good looking.
Drink Lindsay.
You know he's just. Yeah. They and they got the best running back in the Big Ten.
I've been around to 10.
Tommy, you should be an auctioneer.
Yeah.
You really are.
Yeah.
But like for livestock. Not even like Sotheby's, just like livestock auctioneer.
Yeah.
Selling heifers.
Sotheby's would
Oh,
say,
man.
nah.
Don't get rid of all the heifers.
Yeah.
Heifers, ew. Hogs, yes.
Yeah, I think we bet.
But we have a brand new O-line, just how like the Vikes do. We have 4 guys that came in studs. Absolute studs.
care.
Who just told us that Hogs and Heifers in Vegas is closing?
That was me.
Was that you?
Put your
That
hand
last
down.
Thursday?
Yeah. I said
Shutting
how great
down?
it was.
Is it closing now, or you just said it was great? Why do I feel like somebody told us it was closing? But if it wasn't you, then maybe I'm just misremembering.
It might have been Ugly Coyote.
Oh, yeah.
It might have been that, yeah.
I guess that's still at New York, though, according to Sauce's Google search.
Yeah, it's still open. But I once thought Buffalo Wild Wings was closed.
That was sneakily one of my favorite bits ever. Sauce was convinced Buffalo Wild Wings was closed because the windows were dark. It was basically tinted windows, and you just assumed they shut the place down, even though there was no indication, no sign, no, out of business. Just, I think it's closed permanently.
To be fair,
why is that?
I was super stoned.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
Ben Lieber will be here in about 11 minutes. We'll do What Really Matters after this. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Yeah, the right one comes along and all it takes.
Good morning, Cat.
Is one day, hey, hey, hey. The Fan.
Yes.
Oh, Finchy Fincherson. How do you feel?
This hurts because you're competitive. You know, it doesn't, I don't think there's any larger perspective that we won't ever get back. I don't assume that we will. You got to put the work in. You know, we were beat by the better team. So, you fight and you fight and you fight, but they played better. They're better. And so at that point in time, I'm not one of these guys who takes losses, into the summer with me. We'll learn and we'll regroup, but the better team won this series. And, I'm proud of our guys and our organization for getting here.
Okay.
Yeah. And Sauce, you just said it, man. This is one of those situations where in the past we would have freaked out because we'd be like, well, now we're screwed. What do we do with Naz Reid? What do we do with Nickeil Alexander-Walker? What do we do with Gobert? What do we do with Randall? They're going to screw it up. I feel the opposite. I feel like Tim Connolly is the right guy to figure this out exactly, and he'll figure it out. I don't know what he's going to do, but we have competence in the front office. So we have a guy that's going to understand how to fix this problem and get us a better squad. Look at the front office of Oklahoma City the last, 15 years. That's all they do is rebuild young, dynamic rosters.
And
I believe that the Wolves can do it too.
It's not a lottery pick, but they have the 17th overall pick, which could be moved in a trade for something. Yeah, it's going to be great. They're going to make some kind of movie. You go, wow.
You're going to make a movie?
I didn't see that coming. They might make a movie.
And if they do trade Rudy and get anything in return, if you look at what we've actually lost so far with Rudy, it's almost nothing. Right? And I will argue forever, even though these have been frustrating games, these last handful of games of Rudy Gobert. You trade for Rudy Gobert and you get to back-to-back Western Conference Finals.
100%.
It was worth it.
Yeah, correct.
The trade worked.
I agree with you. You probably are going to argue forever.
I definitely will. Definitely with Sauce. I mean, it's going to work, right?
It worked.
So whatever. It didn't get us a title yet, but it got us to relevancy immediately.
You gave up the 28th overall pick in this year's draft, possibly 29th?
Yep. Who cares?
Who cares?
That's Green jacket, gold jacket, who gives a bleep?
Who cares wins?
By the way, I have an update on mine and Tommy's bet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tell the date it was made.
It was made 12/12/24.
My God.
You
So
guys
right
bet on the
before
Gophers
Christmas
schedule last December.
Before even the bowl game.
Great time of year, though.
Oh, my God.
So
I'm already in for Christmas.
So you guys bet on how many road wins they would have, and the over-under is 2.5.
Why wouldn't you?
No.
What?
Tommy takes the over on 1.5 road wins.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Well, yeah. All right.
Lock it in.
I mean, Ohio State, no chance. But you could win at Cal, maybe. I don't know what Cal's team's got. But you got at Iowa, at Oregon, Northwestern. All you have to do is beat Iowa and Northwestern. There's the 2. Then you're free rolling the other 3.
I mean, we always do so well at Cal.
1.5.
Yeah. Yep.
Pack it up. Pack it in.
I mean, come on. Why not?
Who's Cal's coach? Don't they have someone cool?
Hawk knows.
Yeah, I believe it is Laverne Cox.
Happy birthday to Laverne Cox. Happy birthday. Let's do What Really Matters. Scores and stats around the world of sports in between. Chris will change your life.
Come on, bud.
We went
No,
different.
it's correct. You're listening to the fan.
What really matters.
It's brought to you by your friends at Carboni's. Thanks, Carboni's Pizzeria.
Oh, Maxo.
30 locations.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
What happened?
Moving on.
What didn't happen?
I'll tell you what didn't happen. We didn't win.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing that didn't happen. Oh, this freaking sucks, y'all.
You think they have closeout meetings today, or they're on flights already?
I think a couple of them were left at halftime.
Julius Randle left midway through the first.
Yeah, first game.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, I would bet they're probably
gone already?
They're probably gone already, yeah.
Last night?
Have a little Zoom closeout meeting.
I'm going to tell you right now. A few of them got sore hips this morning. I guarantee you that.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah.
For them.
How great would it be if you're as rich
Stripper.
and talented as Julius Randle is, and you literally had an identical twin who sucked at basketball, and you're like, this series is over. I'm going to go to the Bahamas. You get out there, wear my jersey.
Give it a hell.
As soon as Nas Reed gets the ball stolen, just put your hands on your,
just
your
quit.
knees and meat sauce it.
Courage to quit.
And it's like a Freaky Friday situation.
We had a caller call in that said that Julius Randle looks like a black version of Vince Vaughn. So maybe Vince Vaughn could have wore the Julius Randle jersey.
That's problematic.
I would have noticed, and I'm not a huge fan.
But what really matters is this Vaughn.
Another plan foiled. Damn it.
I mean, you go back to the drawing board.
Was that last year? Was that last year that I saw him, or 2 years ago, Vince Vaughn? I think it was last year.
I think it was last year.
No, you played poker against
No, so again, I don't know why this sticks in my mind so much, but so he was like the MC for the World Series of Poker main event.
Yeah.
So he walks through the ballroom though.
Yeah.
And it's a huge. Everybody's standing up taking photos, and one of the guys at my table, not 79 years old, like in his mid 30s, goes, "Am I supposed to know who that is?" And I'm like, I just don't understand how that's possible.
You play
Like,
poker with people just like you.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I just didn't understand how is that possible to be in your
dead serious.
Dead serious. He was like, I don't know who that is. And other people corrected him and was like, that's Vince Vaughn. He's like a A-list actor. He's like
Mega star?
Not familiar with his work. I'm like,
what?
Okay, interesting.
I just under a rock.
I just wonder what bubble that guy exists in. It's fine. He can do whatever he wants. It's his life. But I'm like, wow, you don't know who Vince Vaughn is? Okay.
So
interesting.
Side note, ballroom, great name for a bar.
Okay.
Okay.
Isn't there one of those in Key West?
Yeah, there definitely is.
What really matters, though, is this.
I forgot about that.
Something you don't have in your shorts, usually, Tommy.
All right, guys, it's like this. Sir Edmund Hillary on the state of New Zealand and his Sherpa of Nepal became the first climbers to reach the top of Mount Everest on this date in what year?
Oh, man. Feels like something in the 40s.
I was going to say
really?
50s.
I'll go
say
48.
54.
82.
81.
1953.
53.
Oh, I was
1953.
close.
And this, I mean, I'm feeling this. When asked what their first thought was when they reached the summit, Sir Edmund Hillary said, how to get down.
And the Sherpa said,
Yep, he just laid there. He's still there. God, there's so many bodies on Everest.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
that's hot.
That is hot.
I don't think it is. I bet it's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
I wonder if it is like the kids from Goonies though when they got past Chester Copperpot. If you're climbing up Everest and you see dead bodies, you're like, well, even if I die, I made it further up the mountain than this son of a bitch. He's deader than hell. He's a popsicle.
Yeah, screw that son bitch.
I'm running out of air, but like I'm not gonna die in the next 10 seconds.
Yeah, and he's a son bitch.
Yeah, he's a son of a bitch.
What did he do?
Yeah, why is he a son of a
How
bitch?
long does
Have
it
you met
take?
his mom?
How long does it take to make it up Everest?
It's
Does it say?
days, right?
Yeah, because it takes. Me and my buddy are planning to try to do the base camp thing, and just to get to the base camp, it takes 2 weeks.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Isn't it is the base camp $30,000 or isn't it to get to the top? It costs about $30,000.
I think it's to get to the top. It costs about $30,000.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would not even be dreaming.
hell.
Takes 6 to 10 weeks.
To make it all the way up.
6 to 10 weeks.
A standard Mount Everest expedition from arrival in Nepal to summit and return typically takes between 6 to 10 weeks.
I believe a famous button on the Power Trip Morning Show once said, "Ain't nobody got time for that."
Yeah.
Who's got 6 to 10 weeks?
Zach does. He's on his way there now.
Are you climbing, or is it more hiking?
It's hiking. It's not a ladder.
No, I know, but is it like rock climbing?
No, it's not cliffhanger.
No.
It's
Great
it's
film,
hiking.
right?
Oh my God! Cliffhanger?
Great film.
Top 5 all time.
Oh, so good.
He's right.
Oh,
He's
right,
right.
Hogs?
He's right.
Oh, so
Anything
good.
with Sly in the 80s,
Yeah.
top 5.
I want to be
Over the top.
I want to be so cut and
Cliffhanger's
slim
better.
that when I am holding on to a lady's hand and she's dangling from my fingers, my cheeks rattle.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember when
Correct.
his cheeks go.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Or how veiny his arms are.
his arms and his whole body's veiny. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He's all veined up.
Obviously,
He's all veined up, man.
God, great. Great film.
So good.
Yeah.
I've
Good
always
morning.
thought, by the way, that his buddy paid him to drop that lady.
Oh, yeah. Shoot. Whoops.
Well, you had to. I mean, you wouldn't have a movie if you didn't.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
Yeah.
not as cool if he saves her.
Yeah.
God.
There's
too
a porn star
predictable.
named Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Are you watching Cliffhanger or are you watching Rambo if they're on 2 different channels?
Cliffhanger.
Never seen Rambo.
What?
I'm all in on
Rambo
Cliffhanger.
1?
No, Rambo 1 for sure.
No,
I've seen
Rambo 2 when he
too
comes
many
out of the
times.
water.
Oh, Rambo 2 is a 10 out of 10.
They're both fantastic.
Oh.
But the tortures in Rambo 2, and then he takes out the entire village with
Yeah.
some
Listen, I'm just going to say it.
explosive, or whatever those are.
Rambo
Bow
1's a
and
great
arrows.
film, but he overreacted.
I think everyone in that movie
They
overreacted.
just threw him out of town.
Yeah.
He just
Rambo
was
killed
walking down the
everybody.
street, and they're like, "Get the bleep out of here! We're gonna
Literally.
kill you."
That's not a good thing, but he killed everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah, you can't disrespect Rambo like that.
I understand.
Yeah, you just can't do it.
It just seems like
He
a
gave
slight
so much to the
overreaction.
country.
He
They have
did.
Rambo 5 where he basically, it's like Home Alone with Rambo. Hawk loved that one.
What did you call it, Tommy?
Home Alone with Rambo?
Or Rocky.
I thought
Which
you were
one do you
giving him
watch?
some money.
Oh, Rocky's the goat.
Yeah, Rocky's different.
You've never seen Rocky.
Rocky 1 is not good.
No,
that's-
Rocky one's great.
Rocky 4 is
Rocky
1,000
1
out of
is
1,000.
Yeah, it is.
slow and just like, it's all right. Rocky
It's
4.
no easy.
Rocky
way.
3 and 4 are the best.
Yeah, I need.
Which
I need some
version of
iced tea.
Sly?
No, Mr.
Out of all these movies, which version of Sly are you taking?
The one where he arm wrestles.
Yeah,
That's
over the top.
Yeah, over the top.
What about
Classic.
the one where he drives
Is
that
it
Cobra?
Lincoln Hawk?
Yeah. Dude, good pull. I believe that's his name. What about the one where he drives the old car Cobra and he's got the toothpick in his mouth and he walks into the grocery store and he's like,
Oh,
Haven't seen it.
oh,
What movie is that?
it's called Cobra.
Called
Cobra.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Oh, Lottie.
Well, we know what you're doing tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Cess's birthday.
Masturbating.
By the way, speaking of birthdays, happy belated birthday to Ames. I saw on
thank you.
social media that your daughter Ames turned, 17?
Yeah, she's 17. Yeah, yesterday was kind of a big day. It was her birthday, and then it was Whit's 8th grade graduation, which was kind of an all-day sucker. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow, man.
Then you guys are a big donut family over birthday cakes.
Yeah, we don't do birthday cakes. We don't do pies or cakes. They just want donuts.
The
Man.
donuts look fantastic.
Tommy and Zach don't do pies either.
Yucky.
I want a donut.
Donut, those are huge.
Yeah, well, the thing is like that we just go to Jerry's in Edina, and they normally have
Great spot.
Great spot. They normally have these Texas-sized donuts.
Texas chili bowl.
Did you grow up having cinnamon rolls with your chili?
Think I didn't? No, I didn't. I have no idea of that tradition ever.
Really?
Cinnamon rolls
Yeah.
with chili?
What a weird
Is it
mix.
supposed to like cool it down?
I don't know. Like I think maybe it's like a more of a Southern thing.
Well, I'll tell you, a cinnamon with chili is a Southern thing. I never
Yeah,
had
for
cinnamon
sure.
rolls.
Why,
but
did
yeah,
You like make a batch of cinnamon rolls on chili night, and then you like pull off pieces of the cinnamon roll and you dip it in the chili.
Is your chili?
It sounds like a great tailgating thing.
It's phenomenal. It sounds weird and kind of disgusting, but it's really good.
One of those things that shouldn't make sense.
It shouldn't make sense.
I mean, that with a bloody at a tailgate, just dipping, sounds fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds
You
fantastic.
you have a dip.
Did
in?
you have that last night or something? Or why'd you bring that up?
I don't know why I brought that up. No,
I like it though.
Sounds to me like we're all starving.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already tailgating. We're getting ready for tailgating now.
Let me tell you something,
Yeah,
mister.
State Fair.
It'll be football season before you know it,
It
brother.
is. Do you guys ever listen to Tanya Tucker? It's Delta Dawn.
No.
Yeah, what's that flower you have on?
Oh my God!
Yeah,
You want to get in college football mode? Turn that on.
I don't think that's true.
Why?
No, I promise you.
Delta Dawn?
Delta Dawn. If you listen to that, you'll think of SEC football and you'll get jacked. I'm not kidding.
Really?
It's fantastic.
Who's going to check me?
Tanya Tucker.
Tanya Tucker.
Your mic size.
Or Delta Dawn.
Or Tanya Untucker.
Okay, well, I'm not turning it down. I just don't know if it's relevant.
I don't know. But yeah, either way. But Ben, how did the donuts start over birthday cake? Is that a you thing?
I don't know. It just sort of like we've been doing it for years for all three kids. So, I don't know. I don't think I finished my thought. So basically, we normally get the Texas-sized donuts, but they didn't have any the other day at Jerry's. Something happened. I don't know. The lady she's like, I don't know. I checked downstairs. The baker said something happened to the batch, and they had to throw the whole thing away. I'm like, oh, that sucks. So we just did like just a 6 regular glazed sprinkled donuts. So that's the alternative. Normally, it's the big guy.
That's a huge bitch.
That's how you brought chili.
I don't know where. That's where I think that's where I was thinking about the cinnamon rolls.
Well, that's how you brought chili up because I said Texas Chili Bowl once you said Texas.
There you go.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, there we
now
go.
we're connected.
Look
Look
at
at
us.
Now we're connected.
We get there.
Yeah. No, but
anyway.
you guys listen to that song, you'll think of college football.
I don't know.
I have to look it up.
I can't imagine a scenario where today I pull up Tanya Tucker on any listening device.
Hawk might.
But you watched, like, all of the SEC football teams made, like, highlight videos to that song, and then it kind of became their thing. It's really cool. Yeah, really cool stuff.
How does it go?
Delta.
Don't. What's that flower you have?
It's fantastic.
Is it underwear around your dirty neck?
Oh, God, you're horny.
I don't know for sure.
We'll do more of what really matters after this. More scores and stats around the world of sports. Ben Lieber is here. Tommy Olsen is here. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
The Fan.
All right, here we are. Maxo and Tommy just talking about basketball back here. And they're trying to figure it out. And they hurt, but not as badly as Mike Conley hurts. Poor Mike.
It hurts more than I don't think anybody can really feel what I feel. I can't ask them to feel that because they haven't been around as long and seeing how few opportunities you get at this chance. So for me, it's going to take a while just to kind of dissect what we just did and weren't able to accomplish.
And Ben, that's what I wanted to ask you about, a serious sports question. You played in the NFL. You're a professional athlete. You get it. Conley's devastated because he knows his window is essentially closed, right? This might have been his last best chance. He might be done. Who knows what his role with the Wolves is going to be moving forward. Who knows? We don't know what Mike Conley's future is, right? But he knows, like, I'm running out of opportunities. That might have been my last opportunity.
Yeah.
On the other side, you got Ant, who's like, I'm hurting for Mike, but I'm good. Right? He's like, I'm 23. Like, I'm not, he basically said, I'm not devastated. Like, we gave it our best shot, and props to the other team, and we'll move on. We'll start over next year. And there's some people that are not happy with him being relatively happy. Your thoughts on Ant not being devastated?
I think this is just part of the. I'm hoping this is part of the continual evolution of Ant. I think that he was trying to say the right thing. I think he just didn't end up saying the right thing. I think he's trying to make this not about him and the fact that, like, listen, he's trying to have the perspective of Conley, and he's trying to do these things that leaders are supposed to do. It's just that he's not projecting it in the right way. That I think really. I would think that you can tell that Ant's given it all. He wants just as bad for himself and for the organization as just individual players. But again, I think that he's got a ways to go, man. As far as his maturity, his leadership, I don't think it's there. I know you guys are very. I like the fact that you guys are hopeful and optimistic. I don't know if I'm just emotional from the series, but I'm not. I'm sort of on the other side of it. I'm not saying that you have to blow things up, but I don't think that you can go into next season with the roster even close to the same.
No, you might have to blow up the roster, but I think to make an NFL analogy, if you have a top 5 quarterback and a competent front office, you're going to probably be competitive on a yearly basis, right? So Ant is a top 5 player. We have Tim Connolly that can put this thing together. That's why it's like, all right, this is kind of a mess, and there's some players that are going the wrong way fast. We got Ant, and we got Tim Connolly. We can figure this out. That's the optimism, is that our window is not closing, even if it is for guys like Conley and maybe Gobert.
No. I mean, I don't think our window's closing, but I don't think that there is a clear direction about how to build a championship team yet. And My concern is with Ant. I know that he's still very young, but man, his immaturity, it shines so brightly and boldly so many times. I question his leadership. I question whether or not he's the guy that is that you want to build this team around. I know that he's going to be here. I know that everybody loves him, but everybody wants to crown this guy for his physical traits. I'm more concerned about the intangibles. I'm concerned that he doesn't have the intangibles right now to wade through this and get through this slog, because they're going to have some major changes with a lot of the personnel in this team. And I don't know. There's too many lapses in the way that he handles his business that I'm concerned how he's going to be the true franchise leader.
Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah, they're showing the highlights right now on SportsCenter again. That's about the fourth play they've shown of Julius Randle not running back or making any attempt to run back when the ball's going the other way.
Ben, you think there's a chance?
My God. The Wolves played intense for about 4 minutes and then quit.
Yep, and then quit.
They meat sauced it.
They did. They meat sauced it.
Ben, you think there's a chance that back in Chicago in about 86, 87, like when Michael was like in his fourth year and he got ran out of the playoffs again, they might have been questioning him then, because it took him 8 years. And he was young and immature. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he didn't
have the right pieces.
I think he lost the first 3 years to 3 or 4 years to Boston, and then he lost the next couple of years to Detroit. He didn't break through until like his 8th year.
You know, I think that keep in mind, I was very young watching that whole thing transpire. So obviously I'm looking at it with different set of eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan seemed, even in those moments, even when you look back at it, the demeanor and the killer instinct and the pain in his eyes and the drive is different than I see with Ant.
Oh, like when he lost? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just in the way he handles his business.
Well, how about then? Remember last year at this time there were people comparing him to Michael Jordan because of how dynamic and that killer instinct that was there. But I think to your point, Ben, is we didn't see that quite as much this postseason. Maybe 2-ish games where he was in full-on Jordan mode, like I'm going to dunk on everybody, I'm going to take over, you can't stop me.
Is there any chance he's
About
really hurt? He got his ankle shot up like every game 14 times.
Yeah,
right? I mean,
there might be a little of that.
Are we going to hear that he's super duper injured right
I hope not, because the Lakers and the Warriors basically all screamed the second the series was over, we're all injured! It's like, no, you got run out of the gym.
Right.
So
I mean, the two things can be true.
Yeah, but
LeBron was legitimately injured, but they
there
still
were about
got
7 guys on both teams being like, I tore 7 ACLs. It's like you just got your ass kicked by the Wolves. So I'm not, Chris, you might be right. He might not be 100%, but Ant's jumping all over the gym. He's running up and down the court. He doesn't have a noticeable limp, or he's not, 50% as fast. Maybe there's something lingering, but you got to fight through it, man. If you're Ant and you're 98%.
I don't buy it. If they come out and say that he was markedly injured, I don't buy it because there's too many times where he would attack and just, jump through the ceiling and hammer the ball or do something incredible. And you're like, well, that's not what a player that is significantly injured is going to do. It may have, everybody at this point in time is dealing with something.
Right.
So the fact that I would be shocked if they came out and said that he had a real significant ankle injury. Let me just kind of put it, and this is really, really difficult to put this in football terms and basketball terms, because in football, we don't play a series. But if you aggregate everything that we saw from the Timberwolves, even some of the good stuff, I mean, we blew them out in game 3. But if we aggregate everything that we saw, effort, execution, personnel, coaching, all of that stuff, and if you put that with the Vikings, and you said, if the Vikings played a 5-game series against the Los Angeles Rams, and that was the effort that we saw, we would say we would not be as hopeful and optimistic. We'd be like, we got completely outclassed. We are so far away from, let's reevaluate how we got to this championship game, this conference finals, or whatever it is. You look at the Lakers situation; they had 0 bench. We were supposedly the better team, and we won that series barely. We go to Golden State; their number 1 player, who's a killer and a dog, is injured, and we kind of barely won that whole series. I mean, I know that it looks better on paper, but we were watching these games like, how are we not blowing these guys out? You're letting Draymond Green take over the game? If we kind of compare the way that we saw our effort and our execution against OKC, and you compare that to like a 5-game series on the football side, I don't think we'd be as hopeful and optimistic. I think we'd be talking about all the little pieces that we have to get rid of and start questioning some things. Because as everybody talked about, this is the youngest team to make it to the NBA Finals. They're not going away. This is the same team that we're going to have to face for the next 10 years.
And they're loaded with draft picks.
And they're loaded. So what are you going to do to combat that? Keep everything the same? Hell no. Hope not.
About 3 out of the 5 games for Ant in the Western Conference Finals, 3 of the losses. Game 2, 1 of 9 from 3. Game 4, 1 of 7 from 3. Last night, 1 of 7 from 3.
I mean, if you compare
the dude he led the NBA in 3-pointers made this regular season, and then in 3 of the 5 games just completely no-showed from beyond the arc.
If you keep Ben's argument going, that'd be like a quarterback throwing like 3 picks and like 100 yards.
But like a good quarterback, though, like Joe Burrow throwing your team out of the
3
postseason.
off games in like the NFC Championship.
We're all friends here. We're going to be respectful, but I saw out of the corner of my blind eye. Max, you were disagreeing with something? You want?
I think it's a stretch. The Wolves the gentlemen swept the Lakers and the Warriors. They didn't barely beat the Lakers and the Warriors. And like we were comparing Ant to Michael Jordan. It's not just
my point is like they weren't good when we
That's
look
not
back.
the Wolves' fault. The Wolves handled business. They were a better team than both of those
false
teams.
Sense of security is my point.
They're a better team. That's just how it plays out sometimes. They were a better team, and they executed, and they took care of business. They didn't go to 7 against either of these teams.
No.
They gentlemen swept them.
Let me ask you this question then. Did we have a chance if we had, obviously we got whooped, but will we have gotten whooped by either of these 2 teams in the East Finals as well?
No, I don't think so. Not at all. I think the Wolves would have been favored against the Pacers or the Knicks. Maybe not the Pacers the way they've been playing, but I think it would have been. I think the Wolves on paper are just as talented as the Thunder. I mean, 2 days ago, they were a couple turnovers or a couple missed free throws away from tying this series up. It came down to the little things mostly. The Thunder are just better at the little things, like taking care of the ball and having more like offensive synergy. I don't think they're like a significantly better team. It feels like that sometimes, but if Game 1, the Wolves were in it until one bad quarter. Game 2, the Wolves were in it, and it's one bad quarter. So it just comes down to execution and the little things. The team is not good. It's going to look radically different next year for sure.
Radically, yeah.
Because of all the different contract stuff. We might not have Nas. We might not have Na. Who knows if we have Julius? Who knows what's going to go on with Rudy Gobert? Although I highly doubt that a team is going to take the bait on that one, and they just re-upped him for 3 more years right at the beginning of the season. But I think it's unfair to retroactively act like they're some bad team all of a sudden, because they're not. It came down to the little things. And like a couple days ago, they were a couple plays away from tying the series against the best team in the NBA. Again, this is a record-setting Oklahoma City Thunder team. Like, they beat more teams by double digits than anybody. They had the 5th best record in the regular season in NBA history. Like, this is a really, 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 really good team. I'm not making excuses for the Wolves. They did not show up. But 2 things can be true at the same time. They exceeded expectations, and then when we had new expectations, they failed to meet those expectations.
Think about that gap, right? I think that's the frustration. Is it didn't feel going into the series that the gap was going to be as wide as the games ended up being. But I heard somebody else. It may have been Kendrick Perkins. I forget who said this. Somebody said, "Think if you're the Wolves and you're like, man, the gap between us and OKC right now feels pretty sizable, even though on paper it shouldn't be. Think if you're the Lakers." Yeah. You got destroyed mostly by the Wolves because of your lack of depth. Because, like I said, when that series started, you got 3.5 good players, and the Wolves have 8. Even though not all 8 showed up this postseason. But the Lakers are light years away from the Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, LeBron's got to be like, God dang it! Like, the Wolves just got run out of the gym by OKC. Yeah. How the hell we're not even close, and we have freaking Luka.
Well, and OKC went 7 with Denver. They're not like this infallible, perfect team.
Yeah, no, but like you just said, one of the best teams statistically
they still are one of the best. Yeah, they're one of the best teams that we've seen in a really, really long time. So, I mean, again, like the Wolves, it was disappointing, but it's like you're going up against a buzzsaw. But you can, if you make the right moves, if you do the little things a little bit better, you could have pushed this team a little bit further than they did.
I don't know. I'm straight for football season.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that
Max,
there's not best of 7 series and the end of the games don't take 1,400 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, luckily for you, last night did not.
Yeah.
That was over after the first
Last
quarter.
night there was a lot of just dribbling around and letting the shot clock run out.
over in 5 minutes.
Let's get over this whole series and move on.
When they couldn't make a layup, it was over.
If you were Ant, where would you go? Anywhere in the world. Multi-millionaire.
Amsterdam.
Nah.
You go to Lieber's spot.
Go to Branson.
You go to Lieber's house? Why would you go to
Branson, Missouri.
Sorry, not Lieber's.
Great shows there.
Like at the Ozarks?
You go to Rosie's spot.
Hell yeah, go to Ozark. Have you seen Ozark?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
The show or the...
Both?
Yeah.
They have bars with pools right next to the lake.
Yeah, you know where I'd go? Grandview Lodge.
Yeah. Go on up.
I would too. I'd be fantastic.
It would be fantastic.
But like summertime, it'd be, when you said Ozark, that might be the place.
You said it.
Yeah, go off brand, right? Don't go to South Beach. Everybody expects you to go to South Beach. Go to the Dells.
Imagine being at a bachelor party and seeing
Go to
an ant
Sugar
walk in.
Beach in St. Lucia.
Oh, that's the place.
The hell is that?
It's like
it's
the nicest resort in the world.
Yes, but again, that's on brand.
Right.
Go to the
Ozark.
freaking Black Hills if you're in and just disappear. Just go Rocky IV on it and just lift logs all summer.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Bring it on. SGA is going to be in the gym like Ivan Drago.
Is he Rocky IV in it? Are you
That's
serious?
what I'm saying. And should just go to the Black
Is he
Hills,
carrying
just go
logs?
full on
I bet he's
Paul
already carrying a
Bunyan,
log.
chop down some trees, carry some logs.
You think he got some shots up last night, like a Kobe type thing?
No.
He went back to the
No.
gym?
Zero
First thing
chance.
on.
No. In
Ran on the
OKC, no, he went to the plane.
Do they all fly together, like on a charter?
I think
Or
so.
does like a
Charter?
guy like LeBron
No,
have his
they
own
fly
private
in the
jet,
same
and
plane.
then kind
I
of
mean, he
take off
might.
himself?
He might.
You think so?
I guarantee he's got his own plane.
I'd
Yeah.
have left
After
from
a
there.
season-ending loss,
You think so?
You're talking on the regular or like
I'm
last
talking
night?
just like on the regular.
Oh.
Because I remember watching the
you gotta fly on the team
starting
plane.
five.
didn't LeBron have to shut that rumor down though? Because there were a lot of people saying that he flies on his own plane.
I'm going to tell you
Well,
this right now,
on
guys.
starting five.
May I be honest? If I were Ant, and that game, what time do you think that game ended locally last night?
What,
In Los
10-ish?
in California.
10-something?
At 10. All right, I'm going to be kind. 11:15, I'd be in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you a couple of them
Somebody
went to
else would have
Vegas.
packed my bags. I'd have been so knee deep. And on the way there, I'd already had 7 cocktails.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, do you think OKC's in California?
Oh my gosh, I thought we were in California. I think that part of the team forgot where we were playing.
Brilliant.
So Vegas would be your spot.
just curious. You're like, I'll get to Vegas in an hour and 15. I'm like, interesting.
He owns the Concord. He's rich.
Oh, okay.
Hawks at Crypto.com arena. Like, where's the rest of the team?
What happened?
Son of a bitch.
Are they going to turn the lights on? What happened?
I should
Nobody's
just
here.
Close my mouth till football season.
Isn't where are we at in that bullet train from LA to Vegas? Isn't that a thing?
That's a great question.
Is that really happening?
Yeah.
I know
There's some kind of speed train.
Yeah, right.
Supposed to cut it in half or something.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know. The movie's great.
Bullet Train? Never saw
yeah,
it.
man. That's a good
Is it really?
Yeah, Brad
Oh
Pitt.
my God.
It's Brad Pitt, man. It's surprisingly
so
good.
It's so
Really?
good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, there's a bunch of really good actors in that movie.
Yeah.
She's an actress.
Oh.
Thanks, Rose.
Okay.
Thanks, Rose.
The news is next. The Wolves are out. Ben Lieber is here. Tommy, one more segment or what?
Yeah.
All right, one more segment at TO. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.